Welcome to the video edition of NetFront Presence. I'm Jeff Gordon of the Post-Dispatch, joined by Post-Dispatch columnist Ben Frederickson. Well, Ben, Fred, we got to look back on Game 3 and the officiating and the mistake and the lack of accountability, and just a lot to digest for Blues fans after the way that very exciting hockey game ended very badly for the Note.
Yeah, shame that the officiating is the big story in a really compelling game. Still waiting on that apology from the NHL. We'll see if that shows up or not. But the Blues, I thought, did a good job of turning the page after the game and the next day saying, look, it happened. Everybody saw it. We can't dwell on that. We have to try to go out and win the next game, and that's where they should be now. The rest of us, we can talk about what happened and how it just can't happen. I mean, you can't have one of the biggest moments of your season defined by a non-call when you've got four guys on the ice, when the players, everyone from Jordan Binnington to the Sharks, who didn't celebrate immediately after the game-winning goal that they knew was based off of an illegal pass. You can't have that happen, and unfortunately, it's going to take the offseason to try to change the replay review, and we're battling with this same question that we see sometimes in baseball is why have replay if you can't use it to fix common sense mistakes? Well, you can review a game-winning goal, but you can't review the illegal pass that led up to it. Well, let's have some common sense and make sure these things don't happen. Unfortunately, the league hasn't been able to adapt on the fly, and unfortunately, they don't do a very good job of owning their mistakes. I think that's a small part of this, but I do think it's a part in this. The players come out and talk about what went wrong, the coaches, the GMs, but the officials get to silently exit, and you're left with a series coordinator who's sticking up for them and not even taking claim of what went wrong. I just think it's a bad look for the league.
No, I think the way to fix it, either you scale back replay where you only look at whether the puck went in or not, forget about offside and some of the other, which is really silly when you look at waving off a goal because a guy is late getting off the ice on a line change, but you won't wave off a goal that was scored after an clearly illegal hand pass. So either you expand it, to your point, or you scale it back. But right now it's in a very weird place, and fans can't come to terms with it. The league's got to fix that. Now, Ben, Fred, what do the Blues have to do to fix their game as they go forward? I look in their own zone. That team can grind you down low. That team can score around the net. That team wants pucks in the crease and are hacking away. The Blues got to be a lot more stout in their own end. Yeah,
I think don't leave like San Jose's best scorers right in front of the net when you're up by one goal late in the third period. Make a shot on an open goal. These are simple things the Blues could have done to make sure that game was never taken away from them by the officials. The biggest thing to me, though, is to keep attacking Martin Jones. I mean, he's open for business, and they can beat him high. They have to get more shots on him. They have to keep attacking him. I think it's great that Vladimir Tarasenko got on the board. He's a streaky player. I think they can maybe rely on him for some more goals moving forward. But, yeah, the defensive pressure has to be tighter. The passes have to be better. Still seems like most of the Sharks' opportunities are coming off of turnovers. And I think they got to get some better play out of the captain, Alex Pietrangelo. He's been great for him. He plays a ton of minutes. You have to respect his work ethic and his drive, but he's having a bad series, and it's hurting him.
Can't just keep icing the puck in the last minute, chopping 6 seconds off at a time, hope for a better ending. My other thing I would do, last thing here, I would attack Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns. They're great offensive players. They're not great defensive players. Keep them in their zone, beat on those guys. Use that as a way to get more pressure on the goaltender.
Yeah, my final thought, something to think about. It's kind of radical. Maybe take the officials off the ice. They can't keep up with the speed of play. They're getting in the way of pucks. They're knocking pucks into the goal. We can clearly see better angles from off the ice. Line them up right off the ice with TV monitors. I don't think they have the speed or the athletic ability to keep up with these guys. I think they're doing more harm than good out there.
We could hang them down over the ice like a dirigible and just sort of have them hovering over as well.
Maybe
it's a possibility.
Drones,
okay. Well, look, we're here to make things better. We're trying to help the officials. We're trying to help the Blues. Let's see if we can make a difference in the near term. Until next time, I'm Jeff Gordon. This is Ben Frederickson.